Dear John, oh how he loves us, oh how the Lord loves us so, to so strategically bring our two hearts together to become one under his beautiful name. And oh, what a great man he has given thee the opportunity to love.
I think she met John at the beach, if I'm not correct. Came back and, you know, she was a little starry-eyed and I was kind of concerned. You know, and then Papa Reeker came down a few months ago. He kind of enlightened me on a story that when John came back from the beach, he told Papa Reeker about this fabulous, wonderful girl he met that he was going to marry one day. And if Papa Reeker and I would have knew each other at that point in time, we could have put an end to it then. But we didn't, so here we are.
He wrote me a letter every day last summer, in the summer of 2017, and sent a rose with every letter and stuck it in the mailbox, and I received it every single day. He loves to write letters, absolutely loves it. He says he can say more on paper than he can in person because he's not super great with emotions. This was the first one of last summer. He spelled out something with every letter, so like this one says one, and the next letter says day, and so eventually it reads, through the 45 letters, it reads into a paragraph of something he wanted to say to me, so. That was the first word of every letter.
Well, this is my second time around with this daughter getting married. Savannah was my first. So I have a little more experience at it, but it doesn't make it any easier. They split up for just a little short period of time, and John came back down to school and he came to my office on his way back. And that's when it changed for me. I'd always told Cheyenne that the boy you're going to marry is going to chase you. Don't chase the boy. Whatever you do, don't chase the boy. The boy will chase you. And, you know, up until that point, I felt like, you know, maybe John was doing his own thing. Cheyenne was trying to find her way. I didn't know where it was going. But John came to my office. He sat down and said, you know, Mr. Hunt, I want to let you know that, you know, if Cheyenne's going to let me be around, I'm going to be around. And if I'm around and it feels a little awkward, don't worry about it. I'm going to be hanging around. I said, if I'm at the house or whatever. I said, okay, John, that's fine. He said, because she's the girl I'm going to marry. I said, well, okay. But I wouldn't ask her this week, John, if I was you. I'd wait a little while.
Dear Sunshine, today is a day I've been looking forward to for the last 3.5 years. What does one say to the girl of their dreams as they're about to embark on a lifelong adventure together? My words are insufficient to describe the thoughts and feelings I have about you and about this day. My heart floods with emotion as I reflect back on the highs we have enjoyed together and the lows we have endured. I've always told you that I knew you were the one from the day that I met you. You've always asked me how I knew so early, but that feeling is nearly impossible to explain. Now I want you to uncover my present for you. On first look, you might not understand, or maybe you will, but I will go ahead and explain anyway. In the top left, what you will see is the only picture we have from our first date at Diplomas, sitting in the second booth from the ends. In the top right is our receipt from that night, May 6, 2015, the beginning of the journey that has brought us here today.
Please help us today continue to go smoothly and help us enjoy our time.
I kept it because even then, at the very start, I knew that one day I would get the privilege of asking you to be my wife. Between then and now, we have grown into best friends, lovers, fighters for each other, dreamers, romantics, strivers, and willing partners about to embark on one of the hardest yet most worthy adventures of our entire lives.
I fully believe that our love is real and that we have a world ahead of us that only you and I can design, especially with our great God by our side. Our love has definitely faced its challenges already, but your constant pursuit and confidence for me is unshakable. You once spelled out for me, "You are worth the effort, worth the work, you are my sunshine." Well, John, let me tell you right now that you are worth every part of my heart.
So, Montana, I'm the youngest sister. So I want to read a verse, Philippians 2:4. Not looking to your own interests, but to the interest of others. Every time I read that verse, I seriously think of Cheyenne and John. And I think everybody would attest to that too, because they are the most selfless people that I know. The way that y'all love and care on people is just fascinating to me. It's so encouraging. So I think so many people that know both of y'all and just know y'all's hearts and y'all's genuine hearts and how much y'all just love.
Growing up, my parents drilled into our heads that your sister will be the best friend that you ever have. Whoa. Now, usually they said that after we were arguing or fighting, but they were right. There's no other friend that I've experienced the things that I have with my sisters. Good times, bad times, and times that we'll never forget. Throughout your marriage, you will have some ups and downs, but in those down times, look back and remember the way that you feel about each other right now. I see the way that you look at each other and it just makes my heart smile. Cheyenne, you and Montana will always be the best friends that I ever have. But John's your new best friend that you're gonna get to experience wonderful things with. So enjoy that. Congratulations, I love y'all.
Father, we're incredibly grateful, and we just want to take a second, Lord, to thank you for your sovereignty. Thank you that your sovereign hand has brought us here together today. And Lord, we would not be here to celebrate such an incredible moment, such a beautiful union that you're putting together here, if it wasn't for your grace and for your mercy and for your provision.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
So death do us part. According to God's holy ordinance, I pledge myself and my faith to you.
Hi everyone, I am Aaron. I am John's best man and favorite cousin. Don't tell the other cousins that. We didn't know how this goofy, not-little kid who sinks boats and floods cars got this intelligent, out-of-his-league Southern girl who says y'all. Like, we all like Cheyenne so much. I remember Grandpa, right after she left, he said, well, yep, John's as good as married and down in Alabama.
We prayed for that right mate for our son for many, many years. And we're really grateful that God chose Cheyenne and brought Cheyenne into John's life. We're so thankful that she's the one. And we really believe and are so grateful that God has put her in his life for a reason. It's going to help him be the man that God wants him to be, but their relationship's going to be something totally special and unique because it's meant to be.
It is my joy and privilege to pronounce you husband and wife. What God has joined together today, let no man separate. John, you may kiss your bride. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you for the first time Mr. and Mrs. John Eugene Stilson.
So as we take our first steps into a new journey, before we tread in new waters, know that I will work every day to be your sunshine by shining the light of true partnership, true love, and true marriage on us.
My passion for you has been unwavering the entire time that I've known you. I commit to you that as I now become your husband, I'll protect you physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Most of all, I commit to always fight for you and for us. My heart fills with joy knowing I will soon get to call you my wife. To the soon-to-be Mrs. Stilson, with all my love and more, John.